Today on Destination Polaris. We fall in love with the Upper Peninsula's quirky charm and explore both natural and not so natural attractions while we try to keep up with the locals. DP is in the UP and it starts right now.
Destination Polaris is presented by Rugged Radios, the authority in communications.
Welcome to Destination Polaris. Michigan's Upper Peninsula is an oasis for adventure. Rivers, springs, waterfalls, and one really big lake. But our UP adventure starts in the Hiawatha National Forest.
Sitting on the northern border of Wisconsin in the heart of the Midwest is Michigan's Upper Peninsula. It's nestled in between two of the Great Lakes and a stone's throw from Canada. We're starting our ride from the waterfront city of Munising and heading south into the Hiawatha National Forest. Joining us for our ride is Renze Power Sports owner, Carol Renze.
I've been off-roading since I was a little kid, so before there were side-by-sides or ATVs, it was dirt bike. And I had a dirt bike when I was probably 7. I've been riding with the guys for a very long time. Up here, it's just such a varied terrain. You can have flat, you can have great hill climbs, you can have sand dunes. There's so much to see. I love it all times of the year.
We have a lot to see, so let's get out there. After a short ride through the woods, Carol leads us to our first stop, the Thunderbowl.
Originally, somebody had developed it as a ski lodge. That didn't last for very long. It's just that challenge, that climb.
This adrenaline junkie wastes no time setting the pace.
It's like a kid, you get to dig into the sand, you get to climb up high. Challenging your skills and yourself to see what you can do. Everybody loves it. It's kind of that sense of freedom, that sense that you're in control of what you're doing. There's just no stress. It just all goes away, and then you challenge yourself. It's always about the challenge.
Carol isn't afraid of getting her hands dirty. As a matter of fact, she's not really afraid of anything. Just ask her daughter, Charlene.
No, she's not. She definitely, age is not something that she takes into consideration. She's out there with the best of them, having a blast.
I don't know, maybe it's just born in you, I guess. So I don't know. I like adrenaline. I like going fast. I like to try different challenges and do fun things.
After playing in the sand, Munising local Al Levine leads us through the open prairie.
You just have to laugh when you say Al. He's a guide. He knows a lot. He grew up in the area. He knows a lot of cool little places to go, and he's entertaining too.
Al takes us to the aptly named Blueberry Hill.
Good. Don't get much better than this. This is good stuff, and it's good for you, too.
Youper favorite, fresh blueberries.
It's a great snack on a nice ride.
They're so good.
Good riding fuel.
Riding fuel is right. And we're gonna need it. Because that was just a taste of what's to come today on Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by Rugged Radios, the authority in communications. Walton's, everything but the meat. Polaris Lubricants, the only oil developed with and for your Polaris engine. And by Full Throttle Battery, the one that works.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. Michigan's Upper Peninsula is a remote oasis. The people who inhabit this magical land are truly one of a kind. They call themselves yoopers.
Yoopers to me is they're honest. Because of the elements they live in, you can't get stranded and come across someone that you may not like, so you have to be honest and care about others.
Two of my new favorite yoopers are Carol and Al Renze, owners of Renze Power Sports.
But you have to like the beauty of nature, and that's what it is about here. The waterfalls, the cliffs. Everything's about how beautiful things are in their natural state.
Their love for all things outdoors runs in the family.
My parents purchased the dealership 11, 12 years ago. Then my husband and I made the move up to the Upper Peninsula, Michigan about 3.5 years ago, and I stepped into the role into our Newberry store, and I've been there ever since, and I love it. Love it, love it. Honestly, I think ever since I was little, my parents had four-wheeler, we had snowmobiles, we had jet skis. It's been a lifelong on the motors, just riding, having fun.
Today, we're in for some yoooper magic. First, a ride through an enchanted forest. Before heading to the day's main attraction, how about a pit stop at the local watering hole?
Over there, Big Spring Inn.
The owners opened it up just for our crew.
If you're hungry.
It's good to know the locals.
Chicken tender, thank you.
After lunch at Big Spring Tavern, our next stop is, you guessed it, the Big Spring.
They claim it's one of the 7 or 8 wonders of the world. It's not like anything you could just go to any lake and see.
It's one of those things we tell all of our friends, hey, we gotta go do this. We gotta go check this out.
I have to to be honest, I did not expect to see a huge freshwater spring nestled in these woods.
It's cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's just mesmerizing to sit there and watch the giant fish in the water bubble, and it's like nothing you see anywhere else in the world.
The water is crystal clear. You can see huge fish, petrified wood, and a literal crack in the Earth's crust. But hey, the ride's not free.
Working for tips over here. Carrying this boat. I got you guys. Captain Alexa.
Here in the UP, I feel like everywhere we go, we're surrounded by water. And with all that water, things are bound to get a little muddy. I take that back, a lot muddy. Once again, Carol charges ahead.
She's not one to shy down from a challenge. Like, she demands that everybody must have fun, and she's out there with you. I aspire to be much like her.
Me too, Charlene. Me too.
If you didn't get muddy, did you even ride? More UP adventure coming up on Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by Aluma Trailers, ready to ride when you are. Cormark Metals, where technology and creativity meet. And by RZ Mask, breathe safe.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. The ladies from Renze Power Sports in Munising, Michigan have set the tone for the trip. But today, it's just me and the guys. Don't worry, we're in good hands with Renze General Manager Josh Klitsch leading the way.
So I feel like I had grown up on this stuff before I could walk even, riding this kind of thing. It's always been a dream of mine, and it kind of finally came true after I graduated college, and summer job turned into almost a career at this point.
Show us the way, Josh.
Favorite place to ride? The UP as a whole. I mean, you can get on the trail and go north, south, east, west, all the way across. Whatever season it is, it's excellent riding.
We've explored some of the Upper Peninsula's natural beauty, but now it's time to see a Yooper-made treasure.
Quirky is probably the best word that describes it.
This place is the definition of quirky.
A unique man, I believe, had junk and he started welding things and he created all these like dinosaurs and abstract art. In the middle of beautiful nature, he took something and created quirkiness.
It's actually really well done. You guys were describing it, but it's crazy one person made this, right?
Pretty much the whole thing, yeah.
What do you think, John?
A lot of cool stuff, real good detail, very creative. Eccentric, talented, and powerful. Every sculpture seemed like it had a message, and that was really cool to kind of decipher. It wasn't just you looking at a piece of metal that someone welded. There was a story there.
Of course, only a Yooper would make junk into art.
Better luck next time. another ride through the forest, we end up at one of the UP's 300 waterfalls.
We're here in Munising, Michigan, in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and we've done so much stuff so far. We've seen the Great Lakes, we've seen sand riding, we've seen springs, and now we just found this gem of a waterfall. Check it out.
This is a good one. They get bigger.
We came for it. You should too.
Look around, everything we've seen on this trip, and I mean, it's just, we take it for granted up here sometimes, but everybody wants a piece of it, and you know, the ones that do get away want to come right back.
When we get back, we're taking our adventure off the beaten path and onto the water for a picture-perfect ending.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by Polaris Adventures, adventure everywhere. Rockford Fosgate, purpose-built audio. And by Super ATV, the leader in aftermarket parts and accessories.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris. We've seen so many cool things here in Michigan, but in the UP, there's no lack of hidden gems.
The UP is home to over 300 waterfalls. I had to check out a few more on my own.
The waterfalls are really neat. It's like, where does water come from? Is always a question in my mind because it just keeps coming. You know, I've seen waterfalls in like Hawaii and other parts of the world. It's just neat that they're all right here, and it's kind of the adventure to get back in there and see what the waterfall is telling us.
This is where it all begins. It's a good place for a shower.
What a trip it's been. We've seen forests, springs, dunes, mud, and countless waterfalls. But before I leave the UP, there are a couple of very important things I need to do.
You can't come to the UP and not have a pasty.
The pasty was tasty, but I'm in the mood for some sightseeing. Since arriving in the UP, every person I've talked to has mentioned the pictured rocks. It's time I see for myself what it's all about.
Today this trip's going to cover right around 36 miles round trip. You'll see about 14 miles of sandstone cliff. Some places those cliffs reach as high as 200 feet. And that sandstone's a relatively soft rock. It gets carved up by the wind, rain, and waves. Creates archways, formations, different colors on the cliffs, some mineral spring water. So you get to see a lot of interesting stuff.
Turns out pictured rocks is worth the hype. Check it out.
It truly does look painted.
And that's just the the natural formation of the cliffs. It'll be huge, long stretches of beautiful cliffs. You'll see the waterfalls, little waterfalls all over the place coming off those cliffs. Then you'll see these long stretches of pristine beach. It is pretty awe-inspiring. So it's just a natural attraction for people to see something.
The shock and the awe of Picture Rock itself is just, it's beautiful, it's amazing, it's like something you've never seen before.
The pictured rocks were a picture-perfect ending to a picture-perfect trip.
We love it. I think it's just part of who we are. We've done this ever since, like I said, since I was little, so it's what we do, it's who we are.
It's like the two, the yin and the yang. You got the adrenaline and the peacefulness all kind of in one little package. I just think it comes natural. I get kind of pumped up when I'm doing stuff. And she says that, Mom, you're always so excited. Well, when you're excited about what you do, you love what you do. Life is about loving what you do.